Hey everybody! Well, this week Esperanza is traveling up in the US, so I'm here alone for about a week and a half at Pufferfish Villas, and I've got to take care of all my morning duties. But I also have gotten a lot of stuff done. We have guests right now, but before our guests got here, I got a whole bunch of jobs done, and I'm going to show you that. And I've got other big jobs going on up in the shop, so let's check it all out. We're Douglas and Esperanza, and we decided to leave our lives in the US, sell almost everything we own, and move to Baja California Sur, where we decided to start a resort in the magical town of Loreto, Mexico. Please come with us to follow our journey and live before you die. Before we get started today, I want to discuss the announcement that I made on the last video. I made an announcement that we were thinking about putting in a pickleball court, and the overwhelming response from commenters and people that direct messaged me and emailed me was pickleball is not a good idea in this small of a resort. In any case, pickleball is out. It doesn't fit with our kind of vibe going on here. Okay, I got some projects done down here at the villas before our guests that are here right now showed up. In fact, they're not here right now. That's why I'm down here shooting. They're out fishing. So I wanted to show you what I got done down here. Now check this out. I had my friend Pepe, and he brought a worker with him, and they finish up this planter behind the bench, and they filled in all of the dirt along here. Then I came in the next day and planted this mother-in-law tongue that we had gotten from our salvage operation, all free, a ton of it, and it just looks incredible. Let's back up and take a look at this. Let me show you some of the other plants that we got on our salvage operation, and it got planted. So as I told you, we needed to get rid of the ficus that was here because it was too close to the pipes in the pool, and when we dug it up, there's actually roots going over towards those pipes already, so this would have been a bad situation. We put in this Joshua tree that we got from our salvage operation, and it is just beautiful. I've always loved Joshua trees. In the U.S., there aren't a lot of places to have Joshua trees, I don't think. I know there's Joshua Tree Park. We've been there, and they're beautiful. Down here, there's like sections of the road down here that you drive for probably 2 hours, and as far as you can see on both sides of the road, there's Joshua trees out in the desert. So they are definitely not rare here. There's millions and millions and millions of them here. But most people don't like the look of them, don't use them in landscaping here. I do. Luckily, the people that we were salvaging from did, and they had quite a few Joshua trees. I'm going to show you the rest of them we got up top. But this one is here. It won't be a problem for the pipes because it doesn't need a lot of water. It doesn't try to go to the pipes. It isn't going to wreck anything. I also wanted to just point out our oleander here. I mean, these are incredible. Look at how beautiful these oleander are. Okay, around here on this side, we've got the roadkill cactus. I had to look this up. So we found these at this place where we were doing the salvage. We got several of them, and it's really a unique looking kind of cactus. Another thing that I planted back here was this banana. Now this doesn't look much like a banana because it's just a little stalk, but when you transplant bananas, they almost always survive. I don't know that I've ever had one not survive when you transplant them, but they always die off. All the leaves die. This one's already coming back. It's got a new leaf right up there on the top coming out. And so this one's gonna come back, gonna be great. Again, this is the great location because these don't get super high, so it won't interfere with the pool heater panels up on the top, and it'll fill in and give us some green right here next to the fire pit. And oh, there's some quail running through there. I don't know if you can see them there. This is another tree that I transplanted, and this was just one that grew up out of out of seeds from one of the other Mexican fan palms, taco palms I call them here. These a lot of times do not do really well transplanting when they're this small. The bigger they are, the better they'll do, but the small ones are maybe 50-50. The real small ones are like 25% chance they're gonna make it. This one I probably give a 50-50 chance it'll make it. I got to keep it really well watered and hope that the roots will take. And I definitely put some compost and stuff in there, so we'll see. We do want a tree here. It's just kind of a complement to this Mexican fan palm over here. And so hopefully this one will take. If it doesn't, we'll try to put another one here because we're going to eventually need one here. Now, there is going to be more plantings all through here, but the problem is we've got to do construction and build these villas right here. And if I put too much planting in here, I want to get the big stuff started where I can. If I put too much in here, it's just going to get destroyed when they're doing construction. And I need to leave them room to be able to get in here and do construction also. So I'm not going to plant any more trees in here or plants until that's getting close to done, and then we'll fill this in. So back here behind the villas, I've done something that the fire marshal asked us to do, and I hadn't gotten to it because all these other things came up. But painted the gas lines yellow, and this is just a safety thing. That the codes say that all exposed gas lines have to be painted bright yellow to let everybody know that's a gas line. So don't go messing around that thing. Don't go swinging an axe or something around there that could puncture that. All right, now I'm excited to show you the changes at the Baja Oasis, or Baja Oasis, which is our house. And up here, got a lot of plants that we got from our recent salvage operation. We saved these cactus and moved them over here, and they're just beautiful. Again, we got some palm trees. So this is a date palm, that is a date palm up there, and that is a date palm that we got. And you can see these guys are not doing great. So I have not had a lot of luck moving date palms. Now these small ones, I thought we saw them over there and we figured, what the heck, they're gonna just rip them up and throw them away. So let's see if we can save them. So we tried to get them over here, plant them and keep them watered, but I don't have a lot of hope that they're gonna make it. Let's walk down the fence line here and I'll show you, and then we'll go to where our house is gonna be. All right, here is my favorite plant probably that we got. This huge Joshua tree, multiple arms on it, and this was just awesome. The horse and donkey, Sugar and Leo, are over here, and especially Sugar, the horse, anything that's green over here on this side of the fence, she wants to do everything she can to get it. That's why I've got this barbed wire here, because the fence, even with these pokey ends on it, does nothing for Sugar the horse. She'll just push the whole fence down and smash it down. So luckily the barbed wire is strong enough and it's pokey enough, I guess, that she can't smash it down and break it. And so I've got that, but it's still, oh, speak of the devil, here comes Sugar right there. She must have heard me talking about her. So I almost forgot to tell you about the boards here. So again, these boards here are for this rascal here, Sugar, because Sugar wanted to eat these palms, and the wind would blow and the palm frond would get through the fence, and then Sugar grabbed it and ripped one of those out of the ground trying to get to it. And so I put these boards here so that she can't get to the palm fronds to rip these things out of the ground. But you're still gonna try, aren't you? She's very persistent. She comes over here, she kicks a board, she digs at the ground next to there. She tries everything she can to get to those. But I'm sorry, you can't have my palm trees. Yeah, if they totally die, you can have them. I'll throw them over there. But you can't have them now. All right, say hi to other people because we got to go finish our video, Sugar. I'll talk to you later. Here I have another Joshua tree, and I actually had to tilt this one out because Sugar was trying to eat it and rip the fronds off it. She actually chewed all these up. Now, I don't know if she'd really eat this. This thing is super fibrous, and I don't think it would be something that a horse would want to eat. But she at least wants to try it, and she'll probably rip it all up. So I tilted it out this way. It'll probably have a really cool look with that bent shape. And then this is the tree. You can see this tree keeps trying to grow big leaves, but then Sugar smashes down the fence. You can see here where the fence was really smashed down. And then I wired it back up with some barbed wire to try to keep it up. She still comes over here every chance she gets and tries to smash this thing down. This is the orange fire tree. I can't remember the name of it, but we got seeds and grew a whole bunch of trees from seeds. And I just moved them from where they were over by the trailer over to here, and we're going to see if they can transplant, because where Esperanza planted them is not where they're going to go. They're getting big enough. I decided it's time to move them and try to get them set in a new place. So that's those. Another roadkill cactus, very cool. And then ocotillo. So we got several ocotillos at the salvage that we did. This is going to be kind of the separator area from the Pufferfish Villas and our house. And so down here, when we build the villas, they're going to come up to the edge here, and then we're going to have a retaining wall between the last two villas. And so from down there, you're probably not going to be able to see much of anything of our house, and it'll be all perfectly landscaped and beautiful down there. That's to give them their privacy down there and us our privacy up here. And so because of that, we planted this huge flower bed, and we're trying to get this grown up as much as possible before we finish the rest of the villas. And so I got a bunch more plants, and so we showed you this a couple weeks ago when we got some plants. Now we have even more plants in here. So I'll just go through it real quick. A couple of roadkill cactus starts in here. This we got is a Corona de Cristo that we got, the Crown of Christ that we got earlier. Look at this. This plumeria that we got, it lost all its leaves. And that was like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and now it's already all coming back. It's got leaves everywhere. So the plumerias are very hardy down here, and moving them, no problem either. They seem to do really good. This is a new one, and ocotillo. I love the ocotillo, especially when they bloom. They're beautiful, and this should do fine too. We got these 3 barrel cactus here. 1, 2, 3. Now these guys had really been, not taken care of, not given enough water, really harsh conditions, so they aren't the prettiest, but I think they're beautiful. We're gonna save them. So this is gonna be our patio for our primary bedroom, and this is one corner of the patio, that's the other corner of the patio. So we put these 3 barrel cactus here, and they're gonna sit at the end of the patio. I think it's gonna look really great when they grow up a little more. Another roadkill cactus planted here. And then over here, we've got the ocotillo. I'm trying to remember what we'd planted before and what we hadn't. So we've got the ocotillo here. This is the biggest ocotillo that we got, and it's just beautiful. I can't wait till it's blooming and has flowers on it. And we got a decent sized date palm, which I planted over here. Now, again, date palms, in my experience, do not move well. And this one, of course, is not doing too well. It's already dying off here. Very well, I'll be optimistic. I'll give it 50-50 chance. So over here is our ficus tree, and we moved it over here because this is a perfect location. It's going to give us some privacy from the next door neighbors, and there are no water lines, no sewer lines, nothing anywhere going to be anywhere near this. This area here is going to be the area right next to our front door. Okay, and so let's take a look and I'll show you how this is going to look. So our front door is going to be right about here, right in back of the trailer here. And so you'll walk up here, and then this will be a little kind of area next to the front door. And so we decided to get a lot of stuff planted here, and all this stuff came from our salvage operation. So what do we got in here? We've got this cardone cactus, and over here we've got another cardone cactus, a little baby one. This is agave. I'm not sure what the name of that one is. We got this big variegated agave, looks beautiful. Another roadkill cactus. This one fell over and broke off most of the arms, but they will come back. We got this huge plumeria, and this thing is already, it had all its leaves on it. It dropped all its leaves, but it's already recovering. These things are very hardy, and you can see it's got leaves coming out on all the things. So this is going to be, it's a beautiful plumeria. Plumeria is the tree that they get the Hawaiian lei flowers off, the little flowers that they put on leis. So they are beautiful, beautiful trees. We got a pitaya cactus. This grows the pitaya fruit, which are a sweet fruit that you can actually eat. They sell in the store here, so we could actually eat the fruit off of that. And I found this papyrus here. I put it in a pot. I don't know whether it's going to survive the move. We had so much going on that it sat out for about 4 days without being planted. So I don't know whether it's going to make it, but I hope it does, because I like papyrus. I think it's a really cool plant. And then here's all the rest of the mother-in-law tongue that we got. And I planted these all along here. This is kind of a planting, kind of a nursery. It's a little bit too much sun for these, but I don't have any place in shade to put them. So this is kind of a nursery, just kind of hold them until I might dig up some of them and move them somewhere else later. Mother-in-law's tongue is super hardy, super easy to just dig up and move. All right, just because Esperanza is gone this week doesn't mean I'm not eating good. You know, Esperanza and I both are really good cooks. Now, we both don't like to cook, but we generally cook most of our meals here at home and don't eat out very often. Maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. You know, if we have guests here, we eat out more, but normally we cook at home. And since I cook about half the time, no problem when Esperanza's gone. Today I made beautiful. It is a wonderful dish that I created. It's called cauliflower Mexican style. That doesn't sound very good. Mexican cauliflower. Kind of a pan fry, but it looks more like a casserole. Let's call it Mexican cauliflower casserole. And it has cauliflower cooked really good so it gets mushy like mashed potatoes. And then it has onions, cebolla, y pimientos verdes, or green peppers. They're actually not pimientos verdes. It's a poblano, chili poblano. Sorry. Pimientos verdes are green bell peppers, and a chili poblano is a green pepper that is a little bit spicy. To add some spice, and then I got some sriracha on the top because I love the taste of sriracha, and of course cheddar cheese. It's looking good, so I'm gonna eat it before it gets cold. But thanks for watching Cooking with Douglas tonight. All right, my next big project while Esperanza is gone is going to be a bike rack. Now our bikes here, you can see, are sitting in gravel. And they're under the cover, which is good, but this gravel is not very good because the kickstands fall into the gravel, then the bikes fall over, and it's just not very convenient. But I've got these big posts here, and what I'm going to do is build a bike rack, and I'm going to build it so it just slides down over the posts. It's time to get started on the bike rack. So I got some of this 1-inch tubular material here, and it's 1-inch square tube, or tubular cuadrado de 1 pulgada, and this is going to be all the structure of the bike rack. So first we have to cut all the pieces. I've already went down and measured, made a plan. I've got to cut all the pieces, and then we'll weld them up and get them painted, and the bike rack will be done that quick. Actually, not that quick. It's going to take a little bit, but let's get to work. All right, now that I got everything cut, I got the whole bike rack laid out here on the floor, the way it's gonna go, and then I have these 3 pieces that are actually going to go like this, and they're going to make a square. They'll go on the back of the bike rack, and that will slide down over the middle column there in front of the propane tank. So that will give me a way to secure this bike rack, and then I can take it off anytime I want. And I beveled all of the corners at 45 degrees, and you need to do that so that you have an area for the weld to go into in between on all the corners. Now that I have this all tacked up, now I can set it up on my welding bench so I don't have to be down on my knees trying to weld the rest of it, and it'll be much easier to weld. The next step here is to grind all the joints down. I won't bore you with that, but I'm going to grind them all down, and then we'll need to take down and measure where to put on the mounting bracket, weld that on, and be ready for paint. All right, I got the bike rack totally primered and painted. I just gotta let it dry, and I'm gonna let it cure overnight before I put the bikes in it. I'll probably take it down later this afternoon and set it in place, but paint takes at least 24 hours to cure to the point that it's hard, really hard. Until then, even though it'll be not sticky to the touch on the surface, spray paint will still be very soft, and if you scrape it, it'll all scrape off. So yeah, it turned out pretty good. Very simple and easy to make. This only cost me about $12 for the materials. Maybe another paints about $3 a can down here. I use 2 cans of paint, so it's $6. So I'll maybe have $18 into this entire project. And I have this nice welded, very sturdy bike rack, and it only took me a day to make, and perfect for what we need. And I'll get it down there, and then the bikes won't be falling over. I got the bike rack totally completed and installed, and it works perfectly. And so you can see here, there's all of our bikes here in the bike rack. And you can see that the bike rack just attaches by sliding over this post that is here. So another project in the books here, and we can move on to the next one. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you guys really liked the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that now. It really helps us out, and give us a like, because that helps us out too. And never forget to live before you die.